Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I wanted to talk about the January 10th um, Des Moines, Iowa um, CNN debate. And I wanted to talk about who won the debate, right? So let's jump into that. So it was Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. So who won the debate? Vivek Ramaswamy. So how on earth does a man who didn't make it to the debate win the debate? Well, I'm going to be very open with you. This was a night of deep heartache for me, and I did not want to watch this debate. And sure enough, everything I thought was going to happen in the debate happened. And I think what really upset me was, um, I have a huge amount of hope for American politics. I always have. I got my degree in political science from Millersville University, and I got it because I wanted to be president, right? And so I failed, at that goal of my life, and that's okay. Failure is okay. There's a lot of value in failure, and we should fail. And if we're not failing, it means we're not attempting big things, right? But Vivek Ramaswamy didn't fail, right? Really, you know, the reason why he won tonight was his absence spoke this powerful message and this powerful lesson to noble Americans and to a thin line of Americans. Uh, I think red, light, and blue. All right, to Americans who see the light and don't forget there is light in a time of deep, deep darkness. So watching, Nikki Haley debate Ron DeSantis. At one point, Ron DeSantis was like, Trump said he was gonna, empty the swamp, right? And we all heard, and he was 100%. And Ron DeSantis was right. Trump didn't empty the swamp. He brought in every alligator he could find. And what really upset me was, watching two alligators, just snapping at each other all night, right? And what really broke my heart was in every other debate, Vivek Ramaswamy was there, and that meant there was a great American there, right? He is a great American. He is charismatic, confident, intelligent, and good. He's just a good person, right? He doesn't have, alligator skin because he didn't spend, decades in politics building that skin, right, and building those, fangs, and building that tail that can womp, like and Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis have. They are dyed in the wool politicians. And I acknowledge that they're Americans, right? But neither one of them are great Americans. And I wanted to vote for a great American. And Vivek Ramaswamy is a great American. And what truly broke my heart and just kind of shattered me tonight was I have hope for American politics. I still have it, right? But the vast majority of Americans never watch the debates, never look to government for hope. And this is why, right? Like, we had this great person. And that's the other thing that just broke my heart is Vivek Ramaswamy would have, you want to talk about, representation, solving the immigration problem. Yeah, that, he's a person of color, right? And he is personally knowledgeable of immigration and what it takes for to be in a family of generational immigration, and to be a person of color and struggle with the issues of being a person of color. And it was just so heartbreaking to see. We had, like, 44 presidents in a row, all ward cleavers, ward and male. Now the Republicans are like, oh, well, we can't give you a person of color, but we can give you a June cleaver. You can get a June cleaver. Is that good enough? And my answer is no, right? Like, I want real representation for people of color. And Vivek Ramaswamy was that. He was real representation for people of color. Now, why do I care about people of color? I'm Mattapanai Indian, and it's important to me. And it's heartbreaking. This was a heartbreaking evening, and I do, and not seeing Vivek on that stage. How did he win? His absence was a shout to the sky saying, listen, there's a good chance President Obama was the only person of color president this nation will ever have. And that is horrible that both the DNC and the RNC are saying Ward Cleaver for you and nothing else. Oh, maybe June Cleaver, like Ward power all the way. And just not being able to defeat it, right? And I did my part. I did a video a day for 8 months to support Vivek Ramaswamy and try to tell Americans there's this charismatic, confident, intelligent titan, and we need to elect him, right? And Americans didn't listen. They played another round of Fortnite and watched another another big screen or small screen event and just let it pass, and so deep lament and sorrow, but I think Vivek's absence and seeing that our only choices now are hospice leadership. And that's Biden and Trump, both 80 years old, both going to lead from hospice. The RNC and the DNC saying you Americans deserve nothing but hospice leadership. Right, like your leader will lead from hospice is outrageous, and then the RNC, giving some more options, saying here's another Ward Cleaver, here's another June Cleaver, no representation for people of color, and just abominable, just horrible and painful to see and watch. I'm gonna try to restore my hope, but this was dark, seeing, an event with no light, no great Americans. I don't even know if there was, all I saw was two alligators snapping at each other. Like you want to talk about draining the swamp. These are two swamp swimmers from the gate, right? These are deep politicians. That's my first initial take from this debate, and I just wanted to apologize to you that I can't be more upbeat about this, and that I don't have a solution right now. I don't know what the answer is. That's my initial take on the debate. I do think Vivek won, and I think his silence is stronger than anything Nikki Haley said or anything Ron DeSantis said, because all their stuff came straight out of Swamp Creature playbook, not even Republican playbook, right? Just, and Ron was right. He said, Donald Trump said he was going to drain the swamp, man. He found every alligator he could, and that's all you saw tonight, just two alligators snapping at each other. And it is hard to see hope in this. Thanks for letting me share my thoughts on the debate with you. Those are my thoughts, and every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. That's barely important. What's important is when I hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.